Ladies and gentlemen, across our beloved Kyber Empire, it's the one and only, the Emperor Arnold T101, the first of his name, the rightful ruler of Analdrod in this beautiful Kyber Empire. In case you don't know, you're on AHN, Arnold Holiday News, the only news you'll ever need. Because you have no other choice. And today we got some big news, kind of came out of nowhere. I'm excited yet a little perplexed at the same exact time. Iden Versio is becoming more important in Galaxy, which I'm very excited to see. And we have the long-awaited, kind of one of the top requested ships, the TIE Defender! Oddly enough, they're boosting the Scythe even more in power, which is pretty nuts. And right now we are currently live. Everyone, quickly say hi. We're gonna let the hologram projector update real quick. Let me give you the quick summary on what you're gonna need to know about the TIE Interceptor. We took a look at the kit reveal. It's gonna add a really nice reinforcing ability to the Executrix fleet, but a little perplexed because they said it needed it. I think the Scythe is great as is, unless they're gonna be doing something with the reinforcements, or they're gonna nerf that Scythe versus Profundity situation there. And how we're gonna unlock this is through a Galactic Chase event. If you don't remember Galactic Chase events, basically they didn't say in the forum, unfortunately, but it's gonna be tied to some certain energy. So most likely Cantina, normal energy, ship energy, and the more energy you spend, the more shards you get. And I opened up a little poll. Gary, where's my hologram projector? Hello? You're telling me I've been talking this whole entire time? Well, we'll show the chat over here then, Gary. Seriously, you just gotta hit a switch, dude. Anyways, let's bring him on over here. All right, you guys can say hi here. There you go. You can say hi right there. So this is not going to be a marquee event. Marquee events, we opened up a poll, just kind of getting a gauge for people like. Do you like Galactic Chase and marquee events? Most prefer marquees. Galactic Chase, if you spend a lot of energy in a certain mode, you can technically get more shards than a marquee event. But if you can't afford the energy inside of a given mode that they're going to pick, you're going to lose out on shards and maybe not even unlock the character, which is my pet peeve, which is why I just like marquees. But generally, they don't do that. Say hi, everyone. So Galactic Chase, we'll find out more later on. And I presume Thursday later on this week, we're going to get this ship unlocked. So I don't know. Make sure you stop by. I hear there's this director of the video game division, the King Trip B, God's Gift, a mobile game. I don't know. Apparently, we might be streaming it and testing it. I'm really looking forward to it. However, a couple of concerns before we talk about this. The chat was a little upset that Iden Versio is the one piloting the ship, and it's being used with Executrix, not Chimera, which is a bit odd because the TIE Defender program was under Thrawn, right? That's, if you read especially the Thrawn books or whatever, you know, they were deciding between Krennic's plan or going for Thrawn's plan, and they ended up picking Krennic, of course. But it's just, so it's a little weird that the TIE Defender is there. And secondly, Iden Versio, she didn't drive a TIE Defender in Star Wars Squadrons. She had a TIE Fighter, she had a Corvus as well. But yeah, no TIE Defender, although the TIE Defender was in Squadrons, you could play it as that, and that's where their inspiration came from. I'm not going to be too mad about it because I'm happy Iden Versio is finally going to be a character I could say, yes, gear her up because she's needed for something. She's a great character, but there's not been a real reason to get her built up because she wasn't needed for a farm or a ship. Now she is. And just a couple weird questionable things. But anyways, I digress on that matter right there. So Attacker, Empire, strong firepower, and this is weird, bringing a much needed punch to the Executrix fleet. I don't know if they missed the memo, but we've been able to underdog Scythe versus Profundity easy for high banners. Maybe this is gonna help out in the Executrix line. I'm sorry, Executor lineup. We could see that happen. And this is definitely gonna be a must-have reinforcement though. Looking at the kit, there's a new mechanic called Special Forces, which only happens if she reinforces. So that's the easiest way to remember that. And here's the recommended lineup: TIE Fighter, TIE Reaper, Gauntlet, Scythe. We'll be the judge of that. What I'm looking forward to right now is, all right, is this gonna beat Executor now? Because I could already beat Profundity very easily. Have to wait and see. But it's got an undispellable, irresistible, unavoidable stun. It's got that new effect, Special Forces. Is going to use a lot of formation like Grand Inquisitor. So I don't know. One thing I want to see, is this going to be great for Executrix without Scythe? That'd be big. If I can maybe beat a lot of stuff without the Scythe, I think that'd be a good selling point for people who didn't get the Scythe this past go around. And he has resilient defense. So they're trying to bring a piece of history. You know, if you especially go here, this first made its appearance in 1994 in the Star Wars TIE Fighter. So, okay, cool. But now it's just kind of weird, you know, that Iden again is pilot. Again, let's not go too much into it. Let's go ahead and check out the kit reveal here. Very simple kit. Basic, one special, double uniques, and a reinforced ability. And all these sound like radio stations. You're on the L-S 9.3 laser cannons on the mix. The basic ability right here. Deal physical damage 3 times for each critical hit scored. Grant TIE Defender a stack of resilient defense. So it's going to be quite a durable ship. And the fun part about it is they're categorizing it as a TIE fighter. And that's huge because with the scythe, when you get foresight on a TIE fighter, they get marked on them. So she's going to get that whole mark mechanic going on there. So that's going to be big. So getting resilient defense, don't ignore that. That's going to be great for when she has to take fire, she can take it. If TIE Defender has special forces, I mean, that's the whole point of the TIE Defender. It's supposed to be a more resilient version of the TIE Fighter. So that part, I feel like the ship-wise, they got the lore worked out for that. Just the pilot and the fleet's a bit weird. The TIE Defender had special forces, which only is going to happen through the reinforcement. This attack has plus 50% critical chance and critical damage. Nice. And then next up here, the next radio station, special one, CLL-3 ion torpedoes on the mix. It's got a 4-turn cooldown here. Deal physical damage to target enemy. Reduce their turn meter by 30%. A lot of good turn meter movement right there. That's nice to have. And stun them. 4-turn cooldown is a bit up there, but still, it's going to be a good ability when you can finally pop it. If the TIE Defender has special forces, again, only through the reinforced ability, so likely this is not going to be a starting ship. The stun cannot be dispelled, evaded, or resisted. That's great. So you don't have to worry about Houndstooth resisting. You don't got to worry about a foresight getting your way. It's going to land. That's a big ability. For ships, that's a big ability. You have to understand, ships is kind of several paces behind the character meta. So things like that mean a whole lot more in the fleet space. Next radio station, this is my personal favorite. I love the stuff they play on there. The P-SC 9.7 twin ion engine on the mix. Whenever TIE Defender evades an attack, so they're going to get foresight because they're a TIE fighter. All those weird Grand Inquisitor mechanics happen. But when they evade an attack, they're granting, this is big right here. They grant 10% turn meter. That's kind of, this really annoys me. Why is this a capital G? All right, let's not focus on that. Grant 10% turn meter to allied capital ship and an additional 10% turn meter if the TIE Defender has special forces. So again, make sure she's coming from reinforcements. And this effect is triple for Empire capital ships. So from the chat, now, as we were talking about this, we assume the effect is the entirety of this clause because this is the cause. That's the effect right here. This happens as a result of this cause. So that means 60% turn meter. That's crazy. So 30% turn meter to the allied capital ship, and additional 30% turn meter if the TIE Defender has special force. So 60% turn meter. Oh man, that's a lot of turn meter for the Executrix, which is already all about high turn meter effects. So a lot of good stuff there happening. Moving on, while TIE Defender has special forces, whenever it evades attack with foresight, you gain critical chance up and dispel all debuffs on TIE Defender. Nice, right? And this is the big thing right here. TIE Defender counts the TIE Fighter, and truly, this is purely just a function of the scythe. So I'm worried that not everyone's going to get the most bang per buck out of this ship. We'll test it out, and then we'll let you know how hard it should go on this Galactic Chase event. But right here, with the 2 moves ahead, if the allied ship is Executrix, which is probably why they made her needed for Executrix, because this is so tied to the Executrix. At the start of battle, you can summon 2 crewless Imperial TIE Fighters, and while an allied Imperial TIE Fighter has foresight, they are also marked. And the first time an allied Imperial TIE Fighter defeats a ship, all allies get 100% turn meter. So this is what Iden's really trying to get tied up to. So she's going to get marked, turn meter opportunities, really good stuff there. Moving on, so we have someone in the chat. Why is it Iden not Thrawn? I wouldn't expect Thrawn to pilot it. At the minimum, I was expecting Thrawn to be the capital ship to use it. So now that I think I am very bummed because it was so cool seeing Thrawn, the TIE Defender and Rebels. I feel like it was kind of a weird thing they did here. And our last radio station, TIE X7, unique number 2. TIE Defender gains 10% evasion, 20% offense, and 30% max protection. Whenever TIE Defender gains resilient defense, recover 10% protection at the start of each turn if TIE Defender has special forces and resilient defense. It gains foresight for 1 turn. And when you get foresight, as we looked with Grand Inquisitor, you get marked on yourself as well, which is great. And then when TIE Defender evades, if it has special forces, recover 10% health and 10% turn meter. Yeah. Anthony Floor coming up to 499. Very odd the Inquisitor ships don't form their own specifically. Yeah, you would think so, right? They're kind of really building up. They could be on their own fleet. Yeah. I don't know. This is kind of a weird ship here. It's not like Echelon Bomber was like, they need it. There might be a bigger picture missing here. we'll have to wait and see. It's gonna be a fun ship, but yeah, just this feels a little out of place. And then lastly, we weren't expecting special forces. This is the most important thing about her kit, or else half her kit's useless. Imperial TIE fighters gain foresight for 1 turn. So when she reinforces, puts foresight on everyone, and as we showed you guys, they're also going to get mark on them. So she's going to cause all these marks. And assuming, let's say you have Scythe, the normal TIE fighter, 2 spawnable TIE fighters, and then you bring in Iden, you could potentially have 4 TIE fighters having mark on them, which is kind of a big deal. That's great, right? Allied Empire ships gain 1 stack of formation, maximum of 30 until the end of the battle. Formation, it's a Grand Inquisitor thing. We'll pull it up again just to remind you. Until the end of the battle, or until TIE Defender is defeated and can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Love that. Imperial TIE Fighter allies instead gain stacks of formation equal to the number of allied Imperial TIE Fighters. So, you know, again, you can have possibly 4. So that's 4 additional one right there. And lastly, TIE Defender gains special forces until the end of the battle. So that's where it comes from. You're not going to get it anywhere else. So she has to be a reinforcement. We're also going to miss a big part of her kit. What is the Galactic Chase? Normal farming? So I do not have the answer to that, Zero Bits. They did not describe that. I'm assuming tomorrow in the update we'll find out exactly where it is. It's been all over the place. Sometimes it's been tied to Cantina energy. Sometimes it's been tied to normal energy. Sometimes the ship energy. It really depends what they're going for. So you'll know when it happens. I wish I could tell you guys now because I want people to hoard, but I don't think they want us knowing this early because people will start hoarding. If you want to get this ship, maybe hoard all energy until we know. But again, remember, the more energy you spend with whatever energy they designate as the Galactic Chase energy, the more shards you're going to get of this ship. But the question is, though, is this going to be needed for Scythe? And are you going to be getting use out of this if you don't have the Scythe? And speaking of the Scythe, just one more time, just a quick reminder, formation, 10% max health, offense, and potency. And whenever the ship uses an ability, you get 1% turned per stack of formation. So again, I have no doubt it's going to be a great ship to use of Scythe. I didn't think I needed more reinforcements. I was killing it with just 2 reinforcements. Maybe it'll free up TIE Bomber. Who knows what it's going to look like? We're going to do all that testing later on this week. And when I know the energy, I'll let you guys know. But again, Thursday, we'll be testing all of this out, my friends. So on the way out, if you enjoyed today's video, leave that like, comment down below, subscribe so you're not missing a thing. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys on Thursday. It's been a busy year. I'm liking it so far this year. And always remember, that is great to be in the Empire today. I'll see you later.
Oh, it's great to be in the Empire today. The sun never sets.
We dominate. We're stronger together. 25-8. See you guys later.